What is up, everyone? I hope you guys are all having a great day today. My name is Will Cashin, aka White Trash Willie, for all of you guys that don't know who I am. But first off, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I looked over the comments in the last video and just saw the overall response from DMs and just people talking to me about it in person. And so far, you guys have really liked the last video and these talking style of videos, so I'm going to keep them going, and I'm going to keep giving you guys my best advice and just having conversations and discussions that I feel like don't normally get talked about. That's a little bit deeper than just scootering and more just about life that you can apply in so many different areas. So without further ado, let's get into today's discussion topic, which is being lost. You guys could probably tell that by the title of the video. It's okay to be lost. But I really want to go into that today. I feel like being lost is this thing that's usually looked down upon, or this emotion that people feel that is an undesirable emotion. But in reality, it's the emotion that's created almost all of the great strides in human existence. You have to realize that everyone is lost on any certain number of levels at any given time. Everyone. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk to you about being lost on a physical level. So let's go to this hypothetical situation that I'm going to make up right now. Suppose that you are dropped off in the middle of the forest, okay? You land, and the only thing that you know is the immediate area that's around you. Let's suppose that you set up home base at that hypothetical spot, and every day you kind of venture out a little bit further, but always come back to that same home spot. Initially, you're going to be really lost. For probably the first week, month, you're going to just be going through a lot of learning experiences, trying to figure out where exactly you are relative to the things that are around you. But over the course of time, you're going to slowly develop a map inside of your head about where things are at. That map is literally just patterns. It's a pattern that tells you where you need to go. Before I go any further, this video is for everyone, but more specifically catered towards people who are entering the adult portion of their life from the childhood portion of their life. Right now, you are entering into a new mental physical space. In the last video, I explained how it's important to go to a new physical space to enter this new mental space, so that way you can create new mental patterns in a new physical space. But just like being physically lost, it's so easy to get mentally lost because you're kind of moving into a new spot of your brain. And just like how initially you had to make a pattern and it started off really small and grew, you're going to be doing the same thing with the mental side of your life. Regardless if you move out or stay in your hometown, you're always going to be moving into a new spot of your brain, and you're always going to be making new patterns. Alright guys, I really need you to understand something right now, and this is probably the biggest key to life that I could give you, the biggest life tip that you can either turn into your favor or you can turn it into your downfall. You must understand that everyone at any given moment is just taking their best guess, and no one actually knows what is going on. No one knows how we got here. No one knows what happens after we die. We're just here. And while we're here, what we're doing is we're just taking our best guesses. There's no master grand plan. There's no predetermined reality. It's literally just billions of people all simultaneously taking their best guess about what they think is the correct route for them to experience as much happiness as possible. And that thought can sound kind of ridiculous, but that's the simplest way to put it. And you really have an option right now. You have a critical option right now. You can either stick to somebody else's best guesses, or you can stick to your own best guesses. And it's really easy to stick to somebody else's best guesses because they might have a lot of confidence, and they might describe to you that their plan is going to work because of X, Y, and Z, but really, they're just taking their best guess. And you have to realize that confidence is so important in this world, because if we did just live in this predetermined reality, then confidence would be useless, because everyone would know what the next step is going to be, and it wouldn't matter if somebody is for sure about something, because everyone would just know the correct answer, and there wouldn't be any sort of suspense. There wouldn't be really any level of emotion. So in order for this reality to work, no one can know what's going to happen next. Everything is just risk and calculated risk. Every decision in your life, every scooter trick you try is just a calculated risk of whether you want to go for it or not. And you have to realize right now that confidence in life is so important. And it's so tough, because I talk to so many kids and so many people that just struggle with being confident in themselves because they're worried about what other people are going to think. I mean, ultimately, or they're worried they're going to make a bad decision, or they're worried something's going to happen. But you have to realize right now, like, confidence is the key to success in your life, and being sure in your decisions. You have to make sure that you yourself are sure in your decisions of what you do, because you are your own player in this game, and you have to be able to make sure that you're happy with what you're doing with yourself. And the entire time you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost, but you have to evaluate the patterns that are around you and take your best guess. That's all you can do ever, at any moment. Something else that you have to realize is your best guess will be a failure from time to time. Actually, your best guess will be a failure majority of the time. Majority of the time, you're going to fail on your best guess. And that failure will knock you to your ass. And you have really two options. You can either sit on the ground and start listening to potentially other people's thoughts and plans for you about what you want to do, and kind of just give up on life and curl into a ball and be like, this is too hard. Or you can get up and you can feel that pain. You can blossom from that dirt that has been thrown at you or that you're in. And really, the only way to ever grow as a person is you must fail first. Growing would not be possible without failing. So you're probably wondering, how do I make these guesses in my life? How do I make these big decisions in my life? I'm just a young kid, and I can't figure this out, and this is daunting, and this is scary. So there's this certain level of reasoning that happens within a human mind, and person to person it changes. And this is the entire reason we have politics. It's the entire reason we have Democrats versus Republicans. Everyone's internal meter is a little bit different, and those meters are honestly shaped by all the experiences that you've gone through in your life. Everyone has this certain level of determining what's potentially right or wrong. You have to trust that internal gut feeling you have. And I know people always talk about their gut feeling, but it's more than that. You have to be able to fully say to yourself, like, all right, like, this is what I'm choosing with, and this is what I'm going to stick with. If you stick with what you initially chose, that gives you more confidence. Something else that you have to realize is you're always going to be lost. Even if you succeed everything that you go out there and want to achieve. Once you're at that point where everything's finished, then what? You're going to be lost. At any moment, you are lost. It's just how you treat the situation of being lost. And the only guide that you have through the darkness is your internal gut feeling and your confidence in order to make decisions. It's honestly so okay to be lost. If you're someone in life who is struggling to figure out what the next step is, or feel like your life might not be as good as other people's that you see on the internet, or you feel like you haven't been dealt the best cards in life, and now you don't really know the next step, like, you have to realize that that's just okay. You know, it's like at least you're alive, and at least you have the blessing of listening to people on the internet, and that's the next big thing. Like, you have the internet. Like, you have so many resources in your life that you can use as tools in order to get you where you want to go. Being lost is such an amazing area to be, because it means that there's so many potential opportunities. I feel like being lost challenges your brain to dig deeper, and it forces you into potentially like a fight or fight situation where you have the opportunity to figure out really what you genuinely want and chase that, and be able to achieve what will bring you the most happiness. Because when you're lost, you're a little bit confused, and you're a little bit nervous and scared. But all of those emotions can be tools towards success. You have to realize right now that another thing that I really want to go into is the only thing that's ever consistent in life is change. What you think you're going to be doing in your life, or where you think you're going to be, is going to be different than what's going to actually happen. It's important to take your best guess, and it's important to point yourself in the direction that you want to go, but the exact situation that you think that you're going to be in or go to is probably not going to happen on a large scale. And that's okay, because that's just life, you know? It's like you never really know what's going to happen. And the most important thing is just being content with what happens, and being content with the decisions that are made around you by the universe, and just being able to take what is given and be able to flip it into something that's potentially more. Things won't turn out how you think, but with the correct mindset, you'll attract like-minded people and a base that you'll be happy in. If you put in good energy, that will create a frequency that others can attract to, contributing to the overall vibration of your life. The framework of reality is frequency, vibration, and energy. I just want you guys to know that it's okay to be lost, because honestly, I'm lost. Everyone is lost. In some capacity of someone's life, they are lost. And they're anxious about what the next step is going to be. Whether you're the richest person in the world, the poorest person in the world, regardless of who you are, you're at some level you are lost, and that's just part of being human. And the faster that you can accept that that's just how it is, the happier and more confident you'll be in life. And I just want you guys to be so successful. I just want you guys to just realize that you're part of the greatest community of people in the entire world, which is the scooter community. And the resources the scooter community will give you are so great, and it's exactly what you need. Just keep your head up, keep pushing through, and I just appreciate you guys for listening to me. If you guys have any questions about anything, or have any suggestions about what you want me to talk about next, please leave a comment down beneath. I want you guys to have an amazing day today, and just remember that life is insane. Bye, guys.